Mitchell,
Yeah.
innovation and creativity. This is such a great topic. People always seem to be intrigued and maybe even a little confused by this. What's the relationship between innovation and creativity? What do they have to do with one another? And which one comes first, like the chicken and the egg?
Right.
When you talk about this, how do you explain it? How do you explain it?
Okay. Well, this is a very popular topic. In fact, the blog post we wrote about it gets more views than anything else we've posted. And creativity and innovation are not the same thing, and it's important to understand the distinction between it. So, simply stated, creativity is that mental ability to imagine new ideas, right? To make spontaneous new associations and connections between unrelated things or mental concepts. And the more associations and connections you make, the more creative you can be in your thinking.
Could you give an example of that? Because it's a little bit hard to imagine based on what you're saying.
Absolutely. So let's take two random stimuli. Okay, I have a little visual aid here.
Yes, visual aids. And please remember to describe your visuals for the benefit of our podcast listeners.
Yes. Okay. Well, the first stimuli we have is the concept of a tourist. So we have a man standing in a Hawaiian shirt, holding a suitcase with labels of all the places he's been in the world. The second image is that of a spaceship taking off, or in this case, it's space shuttle blasting off majestically. Okay, so that's two things. So you have tourism and you have rockets.
Seemingly unrelated, right? Yeah.
Seemingly unrelated, but when you put them together, what do you get? You get the idea of space tourism. And that is really quickly becoming a new reality. Soon, instead of going to Disney World, you may just take your whole family and blast off and orbit the Earth. So that's coming in the future. But as you can see, it's really taking two different concepts, putting them together to create a whole new experience, a whole new market, and a whole new reality.
And by the way, if you think Disney World is expensive, if you think Disney's expensive, wait till you see what that's going to cost. A hamburger on that thing is going to cost
that's right. That's right.
So what about the other part? What about innovation? How does that work?
So that explains creativity. Now, innovation, on the other hand, is the physical process for which transforms these new ideas, these mental concepts, into real world products or services or processes. And that's usually done through the process of prototyping. So you take your idea, you prototype it in some way so that it could be experienced in the real world, and then you put it out into the market or in a test market to get feedback. So, and there's a lot of trial and error, and this is a process that could take weeks, months, and in many, many cases, years.
Wow. So it sounds like in order to be a truly innovative organization, you can't stifle creativity. It would be almost impossible to be innovative if you don't have a very creative, actively creative culture. But likewise, unless you have an effective process, innovation process to bring creative ideas to life, then that creativity might be fun, but it's of no real commercial value whatsoever.
That's absolutely right, and you got to realize they're separate, but they're totally intertwined, because creativity is what provides the idea, and that comes first, and that always has to come first, and then innovation is the process that transforms that idea into a real thing, and that comes second. So you need both of them.
So important to understand the distinction. We often say that an organization that doesn't understand and appreciate the distinction between the two probably isn't very good at either one of them.
That's right.
So you need creativity to fuel innovation, and you need innovation to bring creative ideas to life.
That's right.
Now, the question, viewers, you might be asking yourself is, am I creative? right? Are you creative enough to play this innovation game? Because it does require quite a bit of creativity. So that's the question we're going to answer in the next video. Are you creative enough?
Great. So until then, remember to think more innovatively.
Do you have questions about how you and your team can think more innovatively? Email them to us at partners@smartstorming.com or contact us through our website at smartstorming.com.